Okay, we're live right now um, from the Knoxville, East Tennessee area, Alcoa, Knoxville, Louisville, Tennessee, Eastern Tennessee area. To give some updates, this is the headquarters of the CFA. Um, we've been monitoring what's going on in Canada and monitoring what's going on in the Ukraine situation. We've not been watching Ukraine as much as we have the Canada situation, but we know that the last remaining protesters in Canada, the police are moving in on them. Um, I know for a fact that this what's been going on in the other parts of the world. If something like that starts here in America, like the vaccine, um, if they try to do a vaccine mandate, it would not turn out good for whoever's trying to push it. Um, I've alerted our people. We've also said on behalf of America now, whoever's in the White House don't speak for the American people. But I am still telling Canada that you're going through something right now that we have been going on for literally hundreds of years. We've had struggles. We've had freedom fighters in our country fight tyranny for literally hundreds of years, in addition to having ancestors that fought in every American war in history from the Revolution till present day, which that's what our country is. Our country is made up of freedom fighters. Um, and that's who America is. And Canada is just going through that, but they don't have the same freedoms that we have here in America. Um, they violate our Second Amendment rights. They violate our First Amendment rights, and then they try to suppress information with um, freezing accounts. They use whatever tools they they feel that is necessary to uh, shut things down. And it's really sad. It's really sad that they um, would do this um, across the world, but they do it right now in Canada. Right now, I haven't seen any current. Just a couple minutes ago, there was a live stream in Canada, and there was back and forth talk about what's going on in Ukraine, and they think that Russia at any time might invade Ukraine. Um, and I think that Joe Biden needs to back off Ukraine, uh, and and the United States government needs to back off Ukraine. The United States government does not speak for the American people, by the way, okay? Um, if Russia is seeing this, our live stream, the U.S. government does not speak for the American people, okay? And we're asking Russia to not to take any retaliatory attacks against America as far as the homeland here in America, because we have no we don't feel like the United States should get involved in it. And I'm speaking on behalf of the CFA forces and the people in America is who I'm speaking for. Okay, but anybody that would want to stick their nose in Ukraine, in my opinion, is an idiot. Okay. Um, if anybody has any comments, they can make some comments here in regards to what's going on in Ukraine, Russia, or what's going on in Canada. You can leave a message. We'll be having our phones back in service this upcoming week soon. and we'll be taking calls. But if you have any comments, you can go ahead and make comments on our live stream. We'll try to share what's going on right now. I'm gonna see what we can find out right now and see if we can find any videos. Last couple minutes, I didn't see anything. That may change because people start live streams. Okay, I don't see anything. I don't see any live streams right now currently in Canada, because it would pop up on my YouTube channel. Like I said, if you have any comments, or you can contact me, you can email me at markdavis1865@gmail.com, and you can contact me through that. We could do video, and or you can make comments here on the channel right now. If anybody is up in Canada, of course, I'm quite a ways from Canada right now. This is 12:17 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on February the 20th, 2022. And if anybody can give any updates on what's going on in Canada, just let us know, because currently we don't have any information. We don't have any information on what's going on right now. We know that they've moved, the police have moved the truckers out of the areas that they were in all this week. I guess that's when they started moving in on the truckers. And they're trying to go up against the last remaining protesters. But I'm telling the protesters up in Canada, that what you need to do, of course, they lost support, and I guess a lot of them went home. I don't know if they're going to continue the fight or not. But freedom is not free. You have to be willing to fight. If you want to change things in any government at all, you have to be willing to put it on the line and not just occupy an area. The protesters need to learn you have to be willing to push it as far as you can push it. And they said, well, we're peaceful, and they came in and they moved them out of the way or whatever. But the people of Canada have to take up arms and take their country back. In countries like over in Africa, the continent of Africa, and when they have a dictatorship over there, the people take up arms and they start rebel groups, rebel factions, and they usually overthrow their tyrannical government. And that's what I'm asking the people of Canada to do the same. I endorse it. I think that that's what the people of Canada, the patriots of Canada, need to do. Instead of just going out and protesting, which is not going to do any good, you need to actually go up there and overthrow your government in order to make a change. Because this vaccine mandate or passport or whatever, they're deliberately trying to kill you. And the stuff that we had on our website, some of the stuff we may have to take off because the BitChute links were broken, and we couldn't put it on YouTube. We're actually trying to get going to another company, another web hosting company, and we will actually have videos. We'll try to get videos on there, and they'll be embedded in to where you could just click it, and it'll be actually like this, and we won't have to worry about freedom of speech violations, like if they're violating our First Amendment rights or whatever, which we have to worry about that on YouTube and YouTube's policy and everything. But what we'll do is we will have a clip, just a clip, a glimpse of a clip on YouTube, and we'll say, okay, we're doing a video, pre-recorded video, and we get the word out. And when we do the video, it will be linked up to the channel. And what we'll do is we'll put a link. We'll try to get a link put in on our video, and of all our videos, and then we'll have it on our website. We may change the website. I don't know. It depends on what we're going to be contacting another web hosting company probably next month. And we have to make a decision, I think by May is when our renewal with our current web hosting. So this is January, February, March, April. So we got 3 months to decide. We don't have much time to decide. So we may end up going to this other hosting company and then switching over. We're on MeWe right now, and then we'll be contacting the different cable companies because we've got a number of projects that we're working on right now. And we got a coded system, communications training system that I'm going to be talking about. The online FTX program, which I can't get any specifics on here or on the website, but I'm getting a setup. I've got the scenarios situated, set up, and it actually is a private server that I'm hoping that we can get set up, and I'll give any information on that, and I'll have a phone number, and then it's actually a private server, and it's more or less it'll be kind of like it's encrypted, but it will be for our people, for the private server, and it'll be a part of our communications as well. And like I said, if anybody has any comments in regards to what's going on in Canada or Ukraine, because the last I heard about Ukraine is the people in Ukraine are on high alert right now at this time. What is really the thing that I've been trying to tell people is that besides Trudeau, which the people of Canada have been putting up with him for no telling how long, which he don't know how to take down that tyrannical government. But we've got our own in our own country that we've got to deal with. And it actually makes me sick that we got to live under the tyranny that we live here in America. The only difference is the tyranny that we have in this country, in America, the push comes to shove, if they try that crap, it's not going to end well for whoever starts it here in America. The ones that are pushing, if they try to push the stuff that's going on up in Canada, that stuff's not going to fly down here. I can tell you that right now. I'm going to be going on some road trips, but we are definitely not going to tolerate what's been going on. And the 3%ers, patriots that's here in America, and this is something that they should have done back in 2020 and up in Minneapolis while all this stuff was going down. And when me and General Bridges went to D.C. on the 4th, and we did our recon, and we reported back to the 3%ers, patriots, we told them not to go to D.C. We warned them, they didn't listen to us. We had an alternate plan. A lot of these patriots, they don't get it. They think, well, the protest won't do any good, but it's gone beyond protest. It's gone beyond protest. A definite action, a call to action, definite call to arms is necessary in America and in Canada. Definite call to arms, because it's going to come to that eventually. The protests, you get people to go to a protest about vaccine mandates and stuff like this, but you have to understand this is America. I would lead the charge, and other people lead the charge, and this is something that's worth fighting for. This is something that's worth dying for. But the difference between us in our country and people up in Canada is that we actually have a Second Amendment right. We actually have Second Amendment rights in our country. And I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to show you, and it may show it good on here. I don't know. It's just a I'll have to see if it pops up on the screen. I have to open it up and edit, see if it shows up. Okay. Okay, here it is. I'm going to okay. I'm going to try to show this as much as I can. Move it up a little bit. Let me adjust it. Give me a second here so I get everything adjusted. Okay, this right here is titled "Which States Allow the Permitless Carry of Guns?" States that you don't have to have carry permits. This was a 2021. This was in effect 2021. And summer of 2021, that's when the changes were made in the state of Tennessee. I think it was July or something, June or July. It was the summer. I'm going to show it right here. All right. Now it may show it in reverse. Now, I apologize if it showed it backwards. If it didn't show it backwards, so I apologize. It probably does show it backwards. I'm gonna see if I can reverse, but it won't. It's not letting me do that. But basically, what we got here, and I'm gonna tell you what it is. We got Idaho, Montana. I think that might be Colorado under Montana. We'll see if we get there. See. That's actually Wyoming. That's not Colorado. That's Wyoming right there where I got the magnifying glass. That's Wyoming. Colorado is underneath there. So that's Wyoming, North and South Dakota, Wyoming, Idaho, Montana. Utah, Arizona, Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Iowa, Missouri, Arkansas, Mississippi, Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, and I think these three states up here are Maine and New Hampshire and Vermont. Vermont are the blue. These are the dark. These are the black states. These are the states that you don't have to have a carry permit at all, either open carry or concealed carry. The dark blue ones are required for concealed carry, which is Washington, the following states: Washington State, Oregon, Nevada, Colorado, New Mexico, Nebraska, Wisconsin, Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Virginia, North Carolina, and that Alabama and Louisiana. The light blue states is Minnesota, and that the light blue states are you have to have a required for open and concealed carry. You have to have a permit for both, and that's Minnesota, Indiana, Massachusetts, and that might be Rhode Island, one of those. New Jersey, Washington D.C., Maryland, up in there, and Indiana, of course, and Georgia, that have required to have a license for both open and concealed carry. Of course, going back to the black states like Tennessee and other states that are black that you don't have to have permits, Alaska joins with those other states. The gray states that says open carry prohibited, that means you're not allowed to have a carry an open carry at all. Concealed, you have to have a concealed carry permit in the following states: California, Florida, South Carolina, Illinois, and New York State. And I looked over here in Hawaii. That's the light blue state, which is you have to have an open or concealed carry permit. So if you're looking at really, no, one of the no stringent ones is the gray states as far as gun laws is concerned, but they need to make the entire country black as far as gun laws, no permits at all. So I have a total count of how many states that doesn't have, of the 50 states in America, the total amount of states that don't have to have a gun permit whatsoever, and I'll count this up, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay? 20 states, 20 out of 50. That's 20 states out of 50 states where you don't have to have any gun permit whatsoever. Now, what we would like to see happen is the following states to join with us in the southern states. We'd like to see Virginia and North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Florida, and Louisiana, and then some of the Midwestern states join with us: New Mexico, Colorado, and Nebraska join with us. So that would be 1, 2, in addition to 20 now. So it could be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So okay, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which would bring up to 27, 28, 29, 30. So that would bring us up to 30. We need 10 more states in the southern states, and also the Midwestern states that, like I said, over there, and in Nebraska, Colorado, and New Mexico. We'd like to see those 3 states join with the rest of the black states with the 20, and then we'll have a total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more states. That would bring us up to 30 states. So that's what we need to work on. We need to work on that, and that be the priority. If Nevada, and see, those are liberal states over there on the west coast anyway. I really don't care what happens to Nevada and California, Washington, Oregon. Those are liberal states anyways. But we really need to work on Nebraska, Colorado, and New Mexico. We need to get those 3 states. That's important to get those 3. We can get those three states changed ASAP, and then we can work on Louisiana, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Virginia. That's all we need. And then the only ones that will be left, and of course, because I don't care what happens, those other states are more liberal states, is your Wisconsins and your Minnesotas, Illinois, Indianas, and Michigans, Ohio's, and Pennsylvania's, and New York State. Of course, the northern states, very northern states on the East Coast, there are 3 states up there that are no gun permits whatsoever. It's way up there. So that's the update on the gun. As far as the guns are concerned, as far as the gun laws are concerned, of course, Tennessee, the state I live in, which is good, because Kentucky and Mississippi actually joins us. Mississippi actually joins us in that, and Arkansas, Mississippi, and Arkansas, and Missouri joins, I believe, in that, in a no gun permit. So we got to work on some more states over in the South, and then we got to hit Colorado and New Mexico, and another. We got to work on Nebraska, get those 3 states, and that will, if we can get all those states that I mentioned, 7 states on southern, 7 states in the South, 7 more states, and then 3 more states of New Mexico, Colorado, and Nebraska. Those 3 states, then I think we'd be in good shape. So we would have instead of 20 out of 50, we'd like to see 30 out of 50. Okay, which would leave a total, or right now, 20, 30, 40, 50. So we're actually outnumbered as far as the states that are have some kind of gun law. But we would like to see we would like to see at least 30 states. We would like to see at least 30 states join us. Because we already know that Montana and Idaho and Wyoming and North and South Dakota has joined, which is a good sign. A lot of the militia groups, patriot groups, are up in that neck of the woods, so we need to get those 3 other states, Nebraska, Colorado, and New Mexico, to join it. That would make it good. And then we got to fill out the rest of the southern states. Virginia and North and South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, and Alabama, and also Louisiana. If we do that, then I think we would be in much better shape. Although there is several states that we need to get those and work on those states, work with the governors and try to get those and the people that live in those states. You need to get the laws changed ASAP. You also need to work on getting rid of the red flag law. There's too many felonies. Too many people are getting felonies, and there should be a limited amount of felonies. And there's just too many felonies. It needs to look. The laws need to be changed when it comes to felonies. Felonies should only be in extreme cases. We'll make another video one day and talk about felony statuses and what should or should not apply when it comes to felonies. So we'll talk about that later. I'm gonna see if we got if there's any live streams in Canada. If we don't, then we'll cut this video down. I just want to get on here briefly. Well, it doesn't appear to be any kind of live videos in Canada at this time. Wait a minute, there is one now. I think I can see one now. Let's see if there's one here now. The Truckers Freedom Convoy. We're going to try to share this. I'm going to try to get this shown here. Get this all set up. Give me a second here. I'll try to minimize.
Zotz. Of course, his feed just froze. So anyway, I was just rambling on about, my thoughts about the channel. At this point, I'm delirious because I haven't slept in so long, and I'm so exhausted. So I'm probably not making any sense at this point, which is fine. But somebody in the chat wanted me to check to see if their donation came in, and I saw a lot more donations than just that one. So I appreciate every donation. And yes, some people leave little messages in the PayPal donations. And I don't know if you want me to read those out loud on the stream or not. If so, note it on the message, and I'll do that. I'll give you a shout out for sure.
Especially if they've been bringing the kids, right, to the protest, which are not recommended. It's just hard to walk there at the cold weather. How long are we walking? Like 20 minutes already?
This right here is a live video from Canada. What they got now.
And like really, really empty streets. So we crossed already like most of the checkpoints, but there was like a few more before the bridge. There was more cops standing. Yeah, it's lots of snow, that's for sure. Yeah, people who like watch from hot countries probably enjoying the view. Yeah, it's really fresh. really nice and very late.
All right, cool. Yeah, so telling me in the chat to get some rest. Yeah, I need to do that. But I just wanted to hang around just to see if there was going to be. I was really curious to see if how many trucks were still left, and either they're walking in the wrong places, or a lot of people have been pushed out by force, which is, if I was down there and I was a trucker and I had a truck and they're sitting there beating on the window, and you had an option to drive off or break your glass, get thrown in handcuffs, and have your truck towed. I can't tell you. I'm just sitting here behind my keyboard, so I have no idea how I would handle that situation. But I know I would be very pissed either way, and I wouldn't want to feel like I gave in, and that's the thing. I'm pretty damn hard-headed, so, and my temper gets kind of bad, so I would have probably reacted the wrong way and been in jail. So I'd probably be in jail either way. So that's how that would go.
Yeah, probably they will not help. Ask policemen to do the snowman for the help. Now we're going toward the beach. Oh, there is the place for rent. We should rent that place so we can go to protest much easier.
It's me, guys. I look like a marshmallow.
It would be
I
nice.
have 2 jackets on.
Yeah, if they say already.
I am staying warm tonight.
Yeah, I can definitely.
No matter
rent
what.
the place for 1 month. It's gonna be cheaper than stay at a hotel.
Yeah, see,
That's for sure.
Someone mentioned Java. Java YouTube got arrested apparently.
Lots of hotels, so people cannot stay.
Whether
That's another
it was
smart.
today or yesterday, I don't really
Smart
remember.
movement.
I think it was yesterday, I want to say.
They don't want people come. That's for sure. We'll fight for the rights.
Yeah, update this.
yeah. So I'm definitely slipping. I switched the titles, but I never switched the video. So yeah, we're gonna have to.
All right, guys, I'm gonna end up here.
I think
I'll see
everybody's
you
gonna be
tomorrow.
Yeah,
shut
all
down
these
pretty
businesses
soon.
are still closed. I don't
I
know.
always like to be the last man standing on this marathon stream, but at this point, there's really nothing to record for any purpose of, there's nobody doing anything. But there's a lot of pretty snow to look at.
For like weeks, and this is the downtown area is where all the government workers work pretty much. I mean, they work all over the city, but there's a big concentration of government buildings down here. So I think a lot of these government workers have probably been out of work for 2 weeks, so they really just want to get people going and want to get people in here. Yeah, so this is where Christian, Chapavici, they were parked just over there. So as you guys can see, oh, there's a bus. As you guys can see, got a ton of cops, even a paramedic over here, an ambulance. Yeah, so it's blocked off all the way around. That's over there in the distance is the War Memorial. Yeah, this whole perimeter is blocked off, and probably if I go down to Torito, it's gonna be blocked off over there as well. Cops down here. These are always there.
M Tuner in the chat, y'all check that out. But yeah, I'm Captain Tinker over here, man. I am the definition of tinker when it comes to electronics.
Thank you to Linda P. Missed my message earlier with the super chat. Sorry, it's hard to see everything because sometimes they don't come up on the top. I don't know if you could just comment it again. I'll be sure to respond. It's hard to see. The messages go by so quick.
And yes, I do have a one or two favorite restoration channels. This one.
I'm pretty much just dead up there in Canada right now with what's going on. Like I said, the people in Canada need, and I'm not saying that they haven't gone through a lot with this whole situation that's going on right now, but I'm just saying that they really need to experience that the tyranny has got really bad. They don't have the same freedoms that we have here in America, here, what they call the USA. I refuse to call it the USA because it's not. It hasn't been in a long time. But it's not going to work out that way in America. If they said, well, we're going to do it that way in America, it wouldn't work out that way in America because there's just so many factions. There's so many different groups, and people have their own ideas how they want to handle a situation like the vaccines or whatever it may be. And of course, the CFA is going to have our own agenda. We have take our own actions. We don't go with a popular thing. A lot of these groups they're the type to go to DC and they, all talk and no action. Action, like I said, it's got beyond anything as far as the freedom. Freedom is something you have to be willing to fight for, something to be able to die for. That's why the Liberty Bell has got a crack in it. Okay. And this, like I said, it's as being a descendant of two of the founding fathers and related to two of the founding fathers, John Hancock and Thomas Jefferson, I'm just telling you right now. And plus, having relatives that fought in every war in American history, I'm just telling you right now. The America is not going to give up without a fight. The American people, we're not just going to surrender our rights. We're going to fight. And I'm telling the American people to fight when it comes down to it. If it gets down, when it hits the fan, okay, when it comes down to the wire, don't do what the people in Canada has done. They basically, I'm not saying they gave up. I'm just saying, and they were talking about it being a peaceful protest. Well, time for peace is over with. Other countries, they have dictatorships in other countries, and where has it got us? It's got us nowhere. In some of these countries, when they have dictatorships, they go in and they take the tyranny and they take them down. They take the dictatorship out of the equation, and that's what needs to happen. That is the normal procedure in any country that you have tyranny. This talking ain't going to do any good. So and if they say, well, we're going to freeze your accounts and all this, and then people back down, then they're not real patriots. They're not real patriots. Patriots are willing to put their butts on the line and make the change. They're not willing to make the sacrifice and say, well, we're just going to hold the line. All they got to do is use those LRADs. It has to be done in secret. You can't telegraph what you're going to do. You have to just do it. Like the CFA, we're not going to telegraph our movements. We're just going to do it. Whether people like it or not, we're just going to do when it comes down to it, when the time comes in the right place, the right time, when all hell breaks loose, we're not going to telegraph what we're not going to go to DC and all we're going to do this, blah, 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 blah. And see, that's what the typical people that don't understand how it works, how revolutions work in this country. Look at what the groups that were coming in our country right after the George Floyd thing. Look what they did. They go around the country and they start doing this, start doing that. And you have to use their tactics basically, but you have to do it smartly and go after the ones that are responsible for this. We're not going to sit back and say, oh, we're going to blah, blah, blah. That's not going to do any good. The time for talk is over with. Time for talk is over with. Okay? Those days are gone. It doesn't get anywhere. People are afraid. People are afraid right now. They're afraid to stand up because they're cowards. The 3%ers, patriots, you're cowards. You are absolutely cowards. If you see this video, I'm telling you, 3% patriots, whatever you want to call yourself, you're cowards. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Patriots throughout the world and 3%ers, whatever you want to call it, you're cowards. You are cowards. I've heard you say it before. I've had one people that I had a kick out of my organization before. He said, well, if they come to my door, I'll do something. Well, it'll be too late if you wait till they come to your door. You can't wait that long. You got to do something now. You got to wait. You got to do it before they come to your door. That's why I'm telling the patriots in America, wake up, join us, join the CFA, our website, www.csa.com. This is coming down to the wire. It's coming down to a worldwide revolution. Talking all this peaceful stuff ain't going to work. It's been tried and done before, and it's like, well, they want an excuse, and they talk about Mike Lindell and then say he's come. Trump ain't come back till 2024 at the earliest. So don't buy in this BS, and it's not happening. So get with the program. Patriots 3%, wake up. Stop acting like cowards. Stop acting like wimps. Because, your inaction just tells me that you gave up. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.